how's everything in your life? Everybody hopefully happy, healthy, safe?
Yeah, we're doing fine, and I'm going to tell you what OG you missed out on. I don't think it's Mitch Trubisky who needs the win.
Yes.
And to be honest, Nick Foles does not need the win, but there is an OG
Yes.
in a Chicago uniform who needs it, and that's Mack.
Khalil Mack. Okay.
He is a dominant player. I'm so happy we have him. We're spending a lot of money, and he was single-handedly going to be the guy who took our defense and reminded us what the mid-'80s were like in Chicago.
Yep.
And I'm a big fan. I'm glad we have him. This is the year the Bears' defense is supposed to just dominate Foles again.
Well, I think you need it is the whole thing. I don't know what the hell happened to the offense last year whatsoever. I mean, what did you think of when you heard Foles got acquired, Jake? What did you think of that?
You know, I'll tell you, I really wanted Cam. I don't, and this is not against Nick Foles because Nick Foles is a winner.
No, sure.
But I don't understand what is going on with decision makers in the NFL. Cam Newton is a stud. He is a franchise quarterback who had been playing injured and playing his heart out. If you're in Chicago and you have a chance for Cam Newton for not a lot of money on a one-year deal, Cam Newton in Chicago with that defense, I don't understand why we didn't do it. I was really hoping to hear that there was some injury report that we weren't getting. And then when the Patriots got him and everything's checking out fine, Rich, I got to tell you, I'm a little confused what's going on.
Brother, we were sitting here pounding the table for this very idea back in April, back in May. Obviously, you know, the Foles trade happened, and that was the end of that. But I don't get it. That one, I don't understand it. And
I'll tell you another thing I don't get is this idea that if you don't know the playbook we're trying to do, like Nick Foles, he knows the system, right? So I get it. That helps. Don't you want the best players available?
Jake, I hear you. The whole thing is, here's what I think it is. I think it is that if they did go to Cam, that would have been, this is like, for the lack of a better phrase, a half measure, which is something that, you know, it's difficult to call when you acquire a Super Bowl MVP, as Foles is one of the few humans to walk around planet Earth with that on his resume. But I think if you go Cam, then you're essentially saying that's it for Mitchell, that at least this is, and in case of 2019 Trubisky break glass, right? Where I think that's the only reasonable explanation I could come up with.
Let me put it in a way that I could try to relate to this, Rich.
Yes.
And in my industry, in our industry, could you imagine auditioning for a role like to act in something?
Okay.
And the person the studio puts next to you to audition for that role, they're thinking, Jake will probably beat him because he's not that good. Or should they put the best available to see if I can rise to the occasion? If I'm Mitch Trubisky, and I'm not against Mitch Trubisky, I like him still.
Yes.
He's a young core. He's not the guy I wanted drafted exclusively because I had never heard of him.
So you're basically saying in this equation that Nick Foles is not the Meryl Streep that we're talking about.
That's exactly. They're saying the reason we don't want Cam Newton is because we think he might be better than Mitch Trubisky.
Right. And
I'm a little confused of what I'm watching.
I think that literally is what it is. And we had Matt Nagy on a few weeks ago, and he said that the one thing that Trubisky needs to work on is not get down when the mistake gets made, and not to get too high when something's so great, but not get down when don't get too hard on himself and the mistakes get made. And after the conversation, I'm like, well, getting Nick Foles, isn't that something that's going to trigger that whole negativity and second thought process? I don't know. I
don't know.
I just hope for the best for you here. And I guess, do you want if Trubisky starts, do you want him to work out, or do you have such a lack of confidence in him that you just want to see what Foles has got going on?
No way. First of all, I'm not against Mitch Trubisky as a Bears fan. I like him. I think he's a good quarterback. I think what happened last year, which was, because he gets hit hard. Mitch Trubisky is at his best when he runs for like 40 yards. When Mitch Trubisky is running around, throwing the ball, and just playing football, he's a pretty good quarterback, and he might actually be really good. Last year, I don't know if he got hurt early, like his shoulder injury, and I don't know if they told him stop running because we can't win with the backup, Chase Daniel, but you got to let it rip a little bit.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.